Have you ever stopped to think about how far gaming has come? Today, we can explore massive open worlds, compete against players on the other side of the planet, and even step inside virtual reality. But the story of gaming didn't begin with computers, consoles, or the internet. It began thousands of years ago. Long before electricity existed, people were already inventing games. Archaeologists have discovered evidence of board games dating back more than 5,000 years. In ancient Mesopotamia, one of the world's earliest civilizations, people played a game known today as the royal game of Ur. Players moved pieces across a decorated board using dice-like objects, combining strategy and luck. In ancient Egypt, another game called Senet became extremely popular. Senet boards have been found in royal tombs, including those of pharaohs. Egyptians believed the game had spiritual significance and represented a journey through the afterlife. Meanwhile, in China, the game of Go emerged more than 2,500 years ago. Despite its simple rules, Go is so complex that even modern computers struggled to master it for decades. In 1958, physicist William Higginbotham created what many consider one of the first video games, Tennis for Two. Displayed on an oscilloscope screen, it allowed two players to hit a virtual ball back and forth. The graphics were incredibly simple, but the idea was revolutionary. For the first time, people could interact with a game on an electronic display. Just a few years later, in 1962, students at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology developed Space War. Players controlled spaceships orbiting a star while trying to destroy each other. Space War became one of the most influential early video games and inspired many future developers. The next major breakthrough came in the 1970s. In 1972, Atari released Pong, a simple digital version of table tennis. 2 paddles, 1 ball, and a scoreboard. That was all it took to capture people's attention. Pong machines appeared in arcades, bars, and entertainment centers across the United States and eventually around the world. The success of Pong launched the arcade era. Throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, arcades became gathering places for young people. Players lined up to challenge high scores and compete against friends. Games like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Asteroids, and Donkey Kong became cultural phenomena. For the first time, video games were becoming a major industry, but arcades would soon face competition from an even bigger innovation, home gaming. Instead of spending coins at an arcade machine, players could now enjoy games from the comfort of their living rooms. Early home consoles began appearing in households around the world. The 1980s saw the rise of Nintendo, whose Nintendo Entertainment System helped revive the gaming industry after a market crash in 1983. Iconic characters such as Mario quickly became recognizable worldwide. Gaming was no longer a niche hobby. It had become part of popular culture. The 1990s introduced another revolution: 3D graphics. As technology improved, game developers gained the ability to create larger and more realistic worlds. Consoles became more powerful, and games evolved from simple two-dimensional experiences into immersive three-dimensional adventures. Players could race realistic cars, explore fantasy kingdoms, and experience cinematic stories unlike anything that had come before. Then came the Internet. The Internet changed gaming forever. Before online gaming, players usually competed against friends sitting in the same room. Now they could connect with people across cities, countries, and continents. Online multiplayer games exploded in popularity. Entire communities formed around shared virtual worlds. Players built friendships, joined teams, and competed in global tournaments. By the 2000s and 2010s, gaming had become one of the largest entertainment industries on Earth. Professional esports players began competing for millions of dollars in prize money. Streaming platforms allowed gamers to broadcast their gameplay to audiences of millions. Gaming was no longer just a pastime. For many people, it had become a profession. Today, video games are more advanced than ever before. Modern games feature photorealistic graphics, artificial intelligence, realistic physics, motion motion capture technology, cloud gaming, and virtual reality experiences that can make players feel as if they have stepped inside another world. Some games contain worlds larger than entire cities. Others allow millions of players to interact simultaneously in shared online environments. And yet, despite all this technology, the purpose of games remains surprisingly similar to what it was thousands of years ago. People still play games to learn, compete, relax, explore, socialize, and have fun. From the ancient royal game of Ur to powerful gaming PCs and modern consoles, the history of gaming is really the story of human creativity and imagination. Every generation has found new ways to play, and as artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and future technologies continue to evolve, the next chapter of gaming history may be even more exciting than anything we've seen so far. I'm Dr. Stix. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more fascinating stories explained in just a few minutes. Stay curious, stay informed,